Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin. We're asking each and every one of us who are still standing. I know we haven't seen each other maybe in a while, but we are ready to begin. And so we're asking everyone to kindly take a seat at this time. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We're going to try that another time. I know we are coming inside here really for our first task for the day, but nevertheless, we are very happy to be here. And so we say, good morning, everyone. That sounds way better. Welcome to the official launch of the Jamaica Business Gateway. My name is Debbie Bissoon. I have the distinct honor of being your host for this morning's proceedings. We are in one of, if not the best country in the Caribbean and in the world. And so we honor it by standing and singing, as I always say, with our chest proudly, the national anthem of our country. Please, at this time, I ask that we all stand. You may be seated. Thank you so much. What a fitting way to begin this morning. I'd like to extend a warmest welcome to our Senator, the Honorable Aubin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Good morning to you, sir. Would also like to acknowledge our Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Mrs. Sansia Bennett Templar. Would also like to acknowledge Mrs. Shalette Cox, President of JAMPRO. Also, a warm welcome to Dr. Wayne Henry, Chairman and Director General for the PIOJ. Good morning to you, sir. Can you raise your hand for us? For those of us who, good morning. I love that wave. Good morning. We also have with us representing the PSOJ, Aidan Whitaker, specially invited guests, members of the media all. Good morning to you. Welcome to Progress, Access, Ease, Convenience, and an all-around leveling up for our businesses in Jamaica. I don't know about you, but I'm very excited. It's a fantastic morning, isn't it? It is. Do me a favor, please. Can you turn to the person beside you and just say good morning? I'm just, just say good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. So it is my pleasure to welcome you all once more to this very important occasion. And as I said before, it's particularly important to those of us in the business community. And I do say us because I'll be listening keenly as a young business owner about how the Jamaica Business Gateway can help me in my own pursuits. Today we gather to launch and learn. This occasion marks the official launch of the Jamaica Business Gateway. And I know many of us have already gone onto the site, but it's not officially launched until the minister gives his word to say, ladies and gentlemen, and now we officially launch the Jamaica Business Gateway and the fireworks starts. That's when we know it's officially there. Many of you would have heard talks from last year. And I know some of you have played a very pivotal role in bringing this all to fruition. But we're also here to learn more about the fantastic features and benefits of the Gateway and how we can leverage this new tool to help businesses improve how they engage with the government, and other agencies. So your attendance here is an indication of our collective desire to ensure its success. And throughout the event, we will hear from experts who will share more about the portal along with insights and perspectives on the topics being discussed today. We'd like to welcome our online audience as well. Thank you all so much for choosing to be here with us this morning. We will receive an address from Senator the Honorable Albin Hill, Minister of Investment, Commerce, whose ministry has oversight and responsibility for the Gateway project. And we hope that this event will serve as a catalyst for even more constructive discussions, ideas, and collaborations around ways that we can make it easier to do business in Jamaica. Anybody wants to do business easier in Jamaica? I know that's right? So I think we can all agree that the launch of the Gateway is a fantastic start. So just before we officially fly the gate open, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be welcoming at this time the President of JAMPRO, Mrs. Shalette Cox, who will present an overview of the Gateway. But before Mrs. Cox enters the stage, we ask that you turn your attentions to the screen.
Senator the Honorable Albin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Mrs. Sancia Bennett-Templar, or Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Dr. Wayne Henry, Director General and Chairman of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, Aidan Whitaker, the PSOJ representative on the Governance Working Group for the Business Gateway, Eleanor Henkel da Costa, or LPA Corporate Solutions lead that developed the Gateway, other representatives of the Government of Jamaica, members of the JAMPRO team, ladies and gentlemen here and online. Today I stand before you with so much pride and excitement as we launch the Jamaica Business Gateway, an online portal that will revolutionize the way businesses apply for and track various permits, licenses, and approvals from the government. Today's launch is the beginning of a journey that will eventually see all of government's business services linked and integrated in a single online space. One giant step closer to making the reality of a digitized government service a reality. As you can imagine, in a fast-paced digital era that we find ourselves in, it is crucial for us as government to keep pace with the ever-evolving needs of businesses. With this in mind and recognizing the immense potential of technology, a cross-functional Government of Jamaica team supported by 4 of our private sector enterprises have been working tirelessly for the last 2 years to develop a platform that simplifies bureaucratic processes and empowers entrepreneurs, both big and small, to navigate the government administrative landscape seamlessly. The gateway, as we call it, gives businesses the ability to find step-by-step information on various government processes, as well as to complete application processes online from the comfort of their own office or homes, as well as to track the process as it moves through decision from milestone to milestone, right through to a notification that a decision has been made. This transformative leap into the digital realm will not only save valuable time for companies that need more time to make their businesses work and succeed, but will also improve transparency, accountability, and overall efficiency in government. Accessibility lies at the core of our digital vision. Recognizing that businesses operate in diverse environments, from the bustling cities of Kingston and Montego Bay, across towns in the island, as well as remote rural areas. Our platform has been designed to be accessible to all, regardless of geographical location or infrastructure limitations. All you need is a device with an internet connection. We have also ensured compatibility with a wide range of devices and operating systems, ensuring that businesses are not hindered by technological constraints. Allow me to highlight for you some of the other key features and benefits of the platform. The Gateway offers a user-friendly interface that has been designed with the needs of businesses in mind. We understand that navigating complex government processes can be daunting, especially for small and medium-sized enterprises. We also understand that not every company has an IT department or a research team to pull together information. There are two main areas on the site: informational section and the digital services section. In both areas, the platform provides information in a clear and intuitive step-by-step process, guiding applicants through each stage of the application, either before or during the process. Another interesting feature of the site are quick guides that offer a simple snapshot of some of the things to note in specific industries, such as tourism, farming, or manufacturing. With the Gateway, hopefully gone are the days of confusion and frustration, as businesses will now have a seamless experience that eliminates any ambiguity. Secondly, the platform integrates government departments and streamlines entire application processes. In fact, one of the first things that we did with the entities that are now online is to re-engineer their process to make it simpler for online. We recognize also that businesses require approvals from multiple government agencies. The traditional approach would have a business having to go to each department separately. Our platform brings together various government entities in a single centralized portal. And where some processes interact with other government processes, they are linked rather than duplicated. And I want to pause here to point out a big distinction that we often get. What's the difference between the Business Gateway and ASICUDA, or the Single Electronic Window for Trade? One of the things that we have done is to ensure that by working very closely with our partners, there is no duplication of systems. So where ASICUDA interacts with any of the processes on the Gateway, it is done behind the system rather than duplicated on the system. So if, for example, if you look at the screenshot that I have up, one of the processes that we have and are launching this morning is the Productive Input Relief application for manufacturing, a process that is done through our parent ministry. Rather than any business having to go on the Gateway, do their application, and then go to customs, there is an interaction between the portal and the ASICUDA to make the process seamless. Once the gateway is fully built out, wherever businesses requires licenses and permits or approvals, they will be able to access all the necessary forms, requirements, and guidelines from a single centralized portal. This consolidation ensures that businesses no longer need to navigate a maze of disjointed processes, but rather find everything they need in one place. There's a lot of discussion about artificial intelligence, and we're proud to say that the Gateway utilizes AI and machine learning algorithms to expedite decision-making and to issue notifications. This means that businesses will receive prompt notifications, updates, and ultimately faster decisions. Such efficiency will undoubtedly enhance productivity and create an environment conducive to growth and innovation. This not only reduces the burden on human resources, but also ensures consistent and objective decision-making. The Business Gateway also places a great emphasis on transparency and accountability. These, as you can agree, are vital components of effective governance. Each applicant has a personal dashboard, enabling them with real-time access to track the progress of any of their applications at any point in time. Moreover, the platform will provide clear information regarding the status of their submission and estimated timelines for decision-making and at every milestone during the process. This transparency removes any doubts and uncertainties about the process and enables businesses to plan effectively and make informed decisions. Lastly, one of the things that we were very careful about is that we need to understand that while technology can bridge the gap, it should never exclude those who may face digital barriers. To ensure inclusivity, every entity that has a process on the portal will also have a process to provide alternative channels. And these are channels for the application on the Gateway, not for manual processes. Through dedicated help desks, phone lines, and walk-in assistance, we will be able to cater to those who require additional support or prefer non-digital means. Our commitment to inclusivity means that no business will be left behind. We are proud to launch the first 14 application processes today. And the agencies that are a part of this are led by our parent ministry, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, ourselves, because JAMPRO, as the home of the Film Commissioner, will now have its film registration process fully online and is one of those that is fully integrated with ASICUDO. Our sister agencies, the Cannabis Licensing Authority, and the Office of the Supervisor of Insolvency. We also have other ministries, the Ministries of Health and Wellness, Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports, Agriculture and Tourism. Other agencies include the National Land Agency and RADA. Over the next 2 years, the ministry, supported by JAMPRO and all of our partners, have a very ambitious plan to roll out an additional 35 processes on the Gateway. Today, we have ticked the box on the first 14. We're currently in procurement for the next 26 processes that will be in place by the end of this fiscal year. And then we have a number of integration work to do to make sure that all the other government platforms that exist can be accessed through the Gateway as well. While we go live today, we invite businesses to interface with the agencies, put in your applications, have the discussions, because the live testing phase has begun. We're not at the stage yet where we're promising perfection, but what we have are a trained team that understands the processes that they're supporting and are ready and willing to work with applicants to make sure that the gateway works for them. In the coming weeks, our developer has a couple of other features that will be integrated, such as a chatbot feature that will help with information, discussion forums among government partners, consultation forums where government entities will be able to consult with business entities that are registered on the portal. And while the payment infrastructure is there, we do have some work to do to make sure that online payments become a reality. There's some content management that needs to be done. As you can imagine, for the past few months, we've been very focused on functionality. So there are some photos and some contents that we'll be switching out. And while that is going on concurrently, we'll be having the ongoing phased deployment that I mentioned just now. I do not want to end without talking about our partners. Under the leadership of Senator Hill, we have charged a governance working group that has been working for the past 2 years, as I mentioned earlier. And JAMPRO has been supporting the ministry in its execution role. We have LPA Corporate Solutions, who are our development partners, and our hosting partners at eGov Jamaica. We also want to recognize the Planning Institute of Jamaica and the Foundations for Competitiveness and Growth, a World Bank loan project, who are our funding partners and will be helping us to get to that number 49. I also want to recognize the project team at JAMPRO, led by our project manager and supported by our business analysts and our various different teams. In ending, I invite businesses locally and internationally to use this valuable resource that is now available as we embrace technology and as the government of Jamaica continues its commitment to making Jamaica a digital society. I encourage the government entities that are now on the site or being prepped to be put on the site to also embrace the technology. The project has strict performance indicators that I am sure the Minister will be monitoring along with the team to ensure that this doesn't become a tool that isn't used and is tossed by the side. I want to encourage other government agencies who might just be hearing about this initiative for the first time to reach out to the Ministry or JAMPRO to see how you too can get online. I look forward to the partnership from the private and public sector, and Jamaica's Business Ministry and JAMPRO will continue to drive and ensure that Jamaica is a place of choice to live, work, raise families, and very importantly, do business. Thank you.
Can we have the applause once more, please, for our President of JAMPRO, Mrs. Shillette Cox. Thank you so much, Madam President. It's so good, and congratulations to JAMPRO as well for always being the agency of solution. It is so important that we continue to drive the mission to make Jamaica a digital society. The world is moving and progressing. We should not be catching up. Thereafter, we should be on that move to become digital as well. And let me tell you, Madam President, you had me at end-to-end process online because the thought of saving time, oh my gosh, it gives me such joy inside. Love it. Love the business services linked in one space, the step-by-step help that is there. You're able to track all the process and the progress as well. The accessibility for all is so important, and also the integrated business steps as well. And right now you can actually go onto the platform and just create an account. Just go on to the Jamaica Business platform and just Jamaica Business Gateway platform and just create an account. Just start right there. And then there's a lot of information all the way on the page. Browse it, take a look at what's now available, and we can't wait to see how well it will all develop. So at this time, I would like to invite Dr. Wayne Henry, Chairman and Director General of the PIOJ and a polymath of all things business, to bring his remarks. Please make him welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir.
Madam Master of Ceremonies, soon, Senator the Honorable Aubin Hill, Minister of Investment, Industry and Commerce, Investment and Commerce, Mrs. Sancia Bennett-Templar, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Ms. Shulette Cox, President of JAMPRO, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. There you go. We have to say it twice, it's always better the second time. Someone was asking me, what do I like most or best about Switzerland? And I said, that's difficult. There are so many things. But the flag is a big plus. Oh, you'll get it when you go home. It's all right. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, which leads the process of policy formulation and economic and environmental and social issues, as well as external cooperation management to achieve sustainable development for the people of Jamaica. In fulfilling our mandate, the PIOJ seeks to incorporate into the development planning process a greater degree of innovation, critical thinking, and strategic analysis to prepare the country to better respond to emerging global trends and opportunities, and attract investment to advance national development priorities. This requires, among other things, utilizing transformational projects to improve the ease of doing business in Jamaica. One such project is the Foundations for Competitiveness and Growth project, the FCGP, a flagship growth inducement initiative funded by the World Bank aimed at strengthening Jamaica's business environment, for which the PIOJ is one of 3 implementing entities. Through this project, funding support has been provided to develop the National Investment Policy, NIP, the Business Gateway, and today's launch event in pursuit of improving the ease of business to facilitate private sector investment. And we have with us Amadou Dem, which is the World Bank project manager over the FCGP. So I want to acknowledge him also. The Gateway platform being launched today supports the National Investment Policy, the NIP, to provide a direct business-to-government B2G interface to facilitate ease of communication between private companies and government entities. The portal, which is an all-purpose online portal that provides stakeholders, that's the government, businesses and investors, with a convenient and efficient way to make applications for and access government services, such as licenses, permits and information required in order to establish, undertake and maintain operations. And notice in the listing of licenses, applications, we saw cannabis as listed first, and that's appropriate because it's really high level. I'm trying to behave. It's also a key element of Jamaica's business environment reform agenda, demonstrating the government of Jamaica's commitment to improving Jamaica's digital economic infrastructure, and is in keeping with Goal 3 of Vision 2030 Jamaica, the National Development Plan. Jamaica's economy is prosperous. The PIOJ is pleased to endorse and strongly recommend the use of the Gateway to provide better services and improve regulatory delivery to businesses. A cross-country study by IFERT in 2009 found that relatively poor and relatively well-governed countries grow about 0.4 and 0.2 percentage points faster in the year immediately following one or more business environment reforms, respectively. In both subsets of countries, investment rates accelerate by about 0.6 percentage points in the subsequent year. The launch and subsequent operation of the Jamaica Business Gateway therefore augurs well for Jamaica and is expected to not only increase the positive perception of doing business in Jamaica, but will more fundamentally and tangibly provide a channel to facilitate accelerated economic growth and overall country performance. In closing, the actions for improving the business environment are essential to reduce the transaction costs of doing business, modernize the legal and commercial architectural framework of the business environment, and ultimately promote private sector involvement in generating growth. We are in an era of private sector-led growth. With the launch of the Gateway, we are one step closer to making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and importantly, do business. Congratulations, Minister, and your team in delivering this, another win for Jamaica. Thank you very much.
And we say thank you to Dr. Wayne Henry, Chairman and Director General of the PIOJ, and Wednesday morning comedian as well, as you've heard. You know, I'm very happy, Doc, that you mentioned how high level of importance, you know, our cannabis industry is to Jamaica. It's the first question I get asked, especially when I go into non-English speaking countries as well, and they hear Jamaica, they ask about Bob and they ask about cannabis. I mean, it just makes sense, right? And we thank you so much, sir, for your endorsement and your involvement in this launch here today. Indeed, it will definitely be creating international interest in doing business in Jamaica, and that's exactly what we want. So again, we say big thanks to Dr. Wayne Henry for being here with us this morning and for his remarks. Now, as indicated by President Cox earlier, the Gateway doesn't work without its stakeholders. So we are pleased to have with us Aidan Whitaker from the PSOJ, who participated in the governance working group. Devine White, interim CEO of the Cannabis Licensing Authority. Is she here? Hi, Devine, of course. You got that endorsement a while ago from Dr. Henry, right? And Elena Henkel da Costa, Director of the LPA Corporate Solutions. So they will be individually taking the stage to deliver their remarks. And so at this time, I invite to the stage Mr. Aidan Whitaker from the PSOJ. Please make him welcome.
Given that all protocols have been observed, have been established, good morning. It's an absolute pleasure to join in celebrating the launch of the Jamaica Business Gateway, a significant achievement that improves the ease of doing business in our country. On behalf of the private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, we congratulate the Ministry of Industry, Investment, Commerce for their outstanding work in implementing this invaluable platform. Creating such platform that enhance business efficiency and productivity is crucial, allowing our private sector to thrive and contribute to national development. Having served on the working groups in establishing this tool, I firmly believe that this portal offers a range of benefits that will significantly improve the business efficiency and facilitate private sector expansion. Through this centralized platform, the Jamaica Business Gateway now provides various benefits designed to streamline business processes. The platform also ensures greater transparency and predictability when dealing with government entities, something that we all would encourage. And it also enables the management of business to government transactions in a single, user-friendly interface. These features are essential to business community as we constantly seek ways to enhance business efficiency and help entrepreneurs navigate the complex bureaucratic landscape more effectively. As ongoing advocates for policies and initiatives that enhance business productivity, the PSOJ fully supports this transformative platform, and we look forward to its continued expansion. Furthermore, as we strive towards transforming Jamaica into a digital society, we commend the government on its visionary approach to automating 14 of the key business processes across multiple sectors, and we look forward to the other initiatives as well as they come on board. The PSOJ, through its Innovation and Digital Transformation Committee, acknowledges the significance of this milestone in advancing our technological landscape and fostering continued public-private partnerships. We firmly believe that these proactive steps towards digitization will propel our nation and position us at the forefront of a digital revolution. We strongly encourage all businesses to embrace this tool and provide robust input and feedback to the Ministry to enable its continued improvement. Thank you, and may the Jamaica Business Gateway illuminate the path towards a prosperous future for our business and our nation as we embrace technology in driving us to the future. Thank you.
Senator the Honourable Alvin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Mrs. Bennett Templar, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Investment and Industry and Commerce, Mrs. Shillette Cox, President of JAMPRO, ladies and gentlemen, invited guests both here and online, good morning. It is indeed a privilege to bring remarks on behalf of the Cannabis Licensing Authority as the agency which boasts the most processes to be launched on the Jamaica Business Gateway. The Jamaica Business Gateway is a transformative portal which will revolutionize the way business is done within the GOJ. The portal will transform the CLA's application process and internal operations while supporting transparency, technological advancement, and the government's commitment to facilitating ease of business. The Jamaica Business Gateway will significantly enhance our internal operational efficiency with a digitized application process that will further streamline our operations, allowing us to process applications more swiftly and accurately. This will ensure a more seamless experience for both our team and applicants alike. With this increased efficiency, we will improve our ability to direct our focus onto nurturing and developing the cannabis industry. Increasing visibility into the application process will increase transparency, which is a major pillar of the gateway and one of the CLA's core values. The transparency of being able to track your application online and receive real-time updates at each stage of the process will foster trust and accountability while providing applicants with peace of mind, empowering them to plan and prepare for their entrepreneurial ventures. We must embrace innovation to remain competitive in a rapidly evolving world. By implementing this cutting-edge portal, we are leveraging technology to its fullest potential and driving digital transformation within the GOJ. We are at the forefront of technological advancement, setting an example for other sectors and demonstrating the power of innovation to reshape traditional processes. The Jamaica Business Gateway stands as a testament to our commitment to staying ahead of the curve. A business-friendly environment is essential for economic growth and attracting investment. And by providing a user-friendly and efficient platform, we are reducing barriers and creating a seamless experience for entrepreneurs and investors. Our dedication to ease of business is a testament to our vision of Jamaica as a global leader and a place where innovation thrives and opportunities abound. The Jamaica Business Gateway is not merely a portal. It represents a paradigm shift in the way we operate, collaborate, and grow. By enhancing our internal operational efficiency, fostering transparency for applications, embracing technological advancement, and demonstrating the government's commitment to ease of business, we are charting a course towards a brighter future for industry, investment, and commerce in Jamaica. Together, let us embrace this digital revolution, seize the opportunities that lie before us, and pave the way for a vibrant, inclusive, and prosperous Jamaica. Thank you. And may the Jamaica Business Gateway propel us towards a future filled with endless possibilities.
Good morning, Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, fellow presenters, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really pleased to be here with you today to witness the launch of this pivotal project in Jamaica. When we started out about 15 months ago, the project was a mere idea with some powerful concepts surrounding digitally transforming the way government interacts with the private sector, citizens, and international investors in the process of executing e-government services. There was no central platform where investors, that is businesses, citizen applicants, could go in order to submit applications digitally for a number of government services. Applications for permits, license, authorizations, and/or approvals were, and some still are, performed with paper-based or other manual processes. As you well know, the implications of that in terms of paper-based processes, time delays, lost opportunities, financial implications, have serious implications for the investor. Over the course of the 15 months of developing the platform, we worked tirelessly with the supervising agencies, the relevant beneficiary ministries, departments, and agencies to understand the needs, issues, concerns, pains experienced in the course of their daily activities. And also we understood the advances, enhancements, and improvements the ministries, departments, and agencies wished and hoped to derive from the new platform. We engaged our entire global team in designing and developing the JBG solution to encompass and envision all of the benefits and expectations of the stakeholders. Some of the benefits, and I know Ms. Cox iterated and reiterated some of the benefits: submissions of applications online, no need for applicants to physically line up at government offices, online payments, which is a work in progress, automatic notifications and reminders of license, permits, expirations, and renewals, automatic tracking and status updates during the application approval process, automatic generation of license permits and certifications, digital dissemination of license certificates to applicants, oversight and visibility into every transaction submitted to the ministries, departments, and agencies, reporting and statistics with the click of a button. Some simple reports are number of applications submitted by period, by category, number of renewals outstanding, number of permits generated, value of revenue earned by period, number of applications refused or rejected, types of permits granted by category, and that's to name a few. Of course, in the throes of development, there is and was a lot of hard work in creating prototypes, configuring and coding the solution, rigorous testing, user training, and then several iterations of these. But I won't bore you with the gory details. Today, we are here with you at the launch, with the fruits of our labor banqueted and ready for you to feast upon. I hope there's lunch outside. The new platform, the JBG, is one of the best government portals in the region, and if I may say, in the Western Hemisphere. I have analyzed scores of government portals from Singapore in the east to Puerto Rico in the west, and if I may humbly say, yours, the JBG Gateway, is world-class. I believe that many a government in the region will soon be knocking at your doorstep, asking for a peek into your progress. JBG is now exposed to the world, and thus www.jamaicabusinessgateway.com will become a flag bearer for digital transformation in the region. It would be remiss of me not to underscore the role in the success of the project by the supervising agencies, PIOJ and JAMPRO. I have worked in this space, information technology, for the past 25 years. I'm trying to be younger, but anyway. And I'm totally inspired by your Jamaica's exemplary approach to project development and oversight. Nowhere else have I worked, and that's all over the region, have I witnessed and experienced the level of responsibility, accountability, and transparency adhered to and observed by these agencies in their supervisory capacity throughout the life of the project. They're the ones who have fought assiduously, muscling through all the obstacles and fighting tooth and nail to make this project happen. A massive thank you to the JAMPRO team, and in particular to Ms. Shulette Cox, Ms. Janine Chin, and Mr. Marcel Brown, and not to exclude Ms. Kelly Dawn Hamilton, who, without their undying support, this could not have been achieved. Please thank. To conclude, this is just the beginning and not the end of a new paradigm in your digital transformation journey. The JBG houses a band of digital e-government services that have been enabled for your immediate use and attention. There's a lot more in store for this platform in terms of growth, expansion, and potential in enabling Jamaica with the building blocks necessary for a sustainable future. Thank you.
And we say thank you as well to Mrs. Helena Henkel da Costa, the Director, LPA Corporate Solutions Development Firm. And a big hearty thanks as well to Devine White, Interim CEO of the Cannabis Licensing Authority, and Mr. Aidan Whitaker. Thanks to him bringing greetings and message from the PSOJ on the Governance Working Group. Please put your hands together once more for all of our stakeholders. And it's so good to hear that the JBG is world class. It's wonderful as well to hear just how much work, planning and execution went into the gateway from some of the representatives of the groups that helped to make it happen. And usually a solution like this, sometimes you hear it takes 3 to 5 business years. And to hear it happen in 15 months is just really incredible. Can we put our hands together for that, please? It is certainly an answer to all of our business needs. So, it is now the time. It is indeed my esteemed pleasure to invite our host, Senator, the Honorable Aubin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, to officially launch the Jamaica Business Gateway. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our Minister.
Miss Debbie Bassoon, and in case you have noticed, Debbie came decked out in gateway colors this morning. Gold shoes, black pants, and green shirt. Give her a round of applause, man. She's good. Mr. Sansia Bennett Templar, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Dr. Wayne Henry, Chairman of and Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, where we get the money from in this instance, sort of in transition, and directly from where we get the money from. Mr. Amadou Dem, who is from the World Bank in Washington, and they have been the funder of the Foundations for Competitiveness and Growth. And Mr. Dem, we're happy you're here, and thank you very much for the support from the World Bank. Mrs. Shulette Cox, President of JAMPRO, and really the person driving this gateway on the ground through her agency at JAMPRO. Good to see you here, Shulette, and to hear you explain what we have going for us today. Mr. Christopher McPherson, who is a Director of JAMPRO and the Chairman of the Cannabis Licensing Authority. We have, of course, Mrs. Elena Henkel da Costa from Barbados. Now, let me tell you something. If Elena come up here from Barbados and tell you, say, she check around the world and Jamaica come out ahead, it's true. So give her a round of applause. And after that, Elena, I just want to say that this is such a collaborative effort, a CARICOM effort. And I'm so pleased to see that really it's a CARICOM company, LPA Corporate Solutions, that has led this. And we want you to take back the word to say, really and truly, when you look at the metrics, Jamaica is the place to invest. So they must not just come and peep, they must come and invest. Bring the message, Elena. Thank you so much for all the work that you've done. Other permanent secretaries and head of agencies, I see Mrs. Kelly-Dawn Hamilton here. The media practitioners, very happy to have you here. You know, before I say distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want you to notice that all our banners inside here are digital banners. You might not have noticed. I want you to notice that they're digital banners. There was no paper signing in when you come in. There were people on their laptop up front recording who are in. So really, you know, we're going to talk about, I might mention it later on, but I know her very well from NCB. And Tashan Lee and her really wonderful group of people, Engine Room they call themselves, have done a tremendous job in putting this together. And all this is done by them. Give them a round of applause. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and I see here the Executive Director of the PSOJ, Ms. Amiga McNabb, Mrs. Amiga McNabb, good to see you here. See somebody from JCC, Larry, my friend Larry Watson, good to see you here. It gives me really a great pleasure, a really great deal of pleasure. As Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Jamaica's business ministry, and we claim it, is ours. And that means that we are accountable to make business work better and better every single day. To launch the Jamaica Business Gateway, which is a definitive signal that Jamaica is doing business in a brand new way. The gateway is set to change the way businesses do business with the government from this point onward. And, you know, government is seen very often as an obstacle, sometimes an enabler, but this is meant to change that view. As they look and peep, Elena, they must see that really Jamaican government is working differently and better. For me, this launch allows my business ministry, the business ministry, to embark on a new chapter of economic growth and prosperity. We are serious about those two words. Economic, well, three really. Economic growth and prosperity. Is really growth and prosperity I'm focusing on. All growth, economic, spiritual, social, the whole thing. For me, this launch allows business ministry to embark on a new chapter, and as a government, we're embracing the power of technology. I've been talking about AI. People have seen me talk about it, say, look, it's here. You're going to have to embrace it. You don't fear it. You have to deal with it. It has challenges. Some of it might not be good. We as government policymakers must understand it quickly, make sure we have good policies in place, copy the best policies from elsewhere. We can't create all of it. Because even Mr. Pichai from Google doesn't even know where it's going. He tells you that. I've seen the video clip. So if he doesn't know, we have to just make sure we run fast and be ahead of the technology. But use it. That technology will be used to harness, to uplift and empower our business community. I know that time is precious resource, and by streamlining processes and making government interactions happen on your time instead of government's time, which we know can be a little bit slow, we unleash the potential for greater entrepreneurship, innovation, and job creation. The fact is that in order to be compliant and successful in business, There are some important and unavoidable processes that must be undertaken by accessing government agencies. You can say all that you want about government, and you should stop and say bad things. Stop saying bad things now, because you can see things are getting better. If you don't have government, you're going to have chaos. When you have good government, you're going to have good order. We are aiming to make sure this Andrew Holness administration provides you with good government. Are we going to be perfect? You name me one that is perfect. Take the best one you want. Pick them out if you want. Start with Singapore. You're going to have issues there. Go to the United States. They have 50 states with different agents, with different challenges and benefits. So yes, we have our challenges, but boy, are we working hard to make sure that happens. The Business Gateway is one of those things that we have worked hard on and will continue to work hard on to make it successful. The fact that in order to be compliant and successful in business, you have to really work with government. Previously, these processes existed on independent channels with each government entity, with no interconnectivity across agencies, and in many instances, all manual and paper-based. We're moving away from that. As I said, you didn't even have to sign a piece of paper coming in here, and we know who you are. Wait until Google gets you. Today, today is a significant milestone. In fact, you walk into Dubai and you don't do anything. You just walk through a machine. It has everything about it. Probably has your DNA as well. So all we're in here quarreling about what we give you and what we take from you. Well, when you want to go to Dubai, you give everything, or you don't go in. Okay? Today, and everybody here wants to go to Dubai. Even Dr. Henry, and he's not... he's traveled a lot, okay? Today is a significant milestone for us as we mark the beginning of a new era of connectivity driven by technology and powered by collaboration. It's very important that we collaborate. Shulette outlined that for you. Doing business with the government is now easier. This innovative online portal will revolutionize the application processes for business-to-government transactions, B2G transactions, enabling businesses to apply for various licenses, permits, and approvals with ease, convenience, and efficiency. For years, we have recognized the challenges that businesses face when it comes to working with the government. Cumbersome paperwork, long waiting lines, Elena addressed those, and the sheer inefficiency of traditional and often bureaucratic systems have hindered the growth and success of many entrepreneurs, and boy, do they complain about it. They're not going to stop complaining. We're going to reduce the complaints, and because if they ever stop complaining, we never improve. If they ever stop complaining, we never improve. When Shulette finished with her other 49 things, there must be another 15 they can complain about, so we improve. You're going to have to deal with complaints. The regulatory landscape can be complex and even changing, and ever-changing rather, and it can be challenging for companies to navigate those waters without easy access to the right tools and resources. That's where the Jamaica Business Gateway, or the Gateway, comes in. We have to make sure that, you're not going to get away from complexity. The world, as ChatGPT comes in, the world is going to get more complex. You have to digitize it. You have to make sure you have ways to help. You can't pray that it's going to get simple again. That's gone. If you are smart, you find simple ways to use the technology. The successful implementation of the Gateway represents a key element of Jamaica's business environment reform agenda. That's a BERA. When you hear BERA now, you know it's the Jamaica Business Environment Reform Agenda, as well as a major tenet of the National Investment Policy. I had that policy passed in Cabinet a few months ago, as it demonstrates the government's commitment to improving Jamaica's economic infrastructure. Now, the policy has been working on. When I was in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, I worked on it. Other people at JAMPRO before us have worked on it, but we got it passed. We have a lot of things, Permanent Secretary Bennett Templer, or team at the ministry, or lawyers, Mrs. Yvette Sutherland Reid, tired to hear from me. I want this piece of legislation done. I want this amendment changed. Devine at CLA knows listen to me, she's a lawyer from the DPP, and I want the amendments done to the CLA. And I am relentless, and she knows every time I see her, and if I'm not getting it, she knows I'm going to want, because you know what? You remember all those people are asking questions and complaining the mask of me. My job is to get you, and you, and you, and you to get it done. What can I do? Them give me the job. So, this launch represents a fundamental shift in our approach to governance. One that must be responsive, one must be willing to hear what is necessary, one must find ways to make it easier for people to do business, because we want this country to grow and to become a wealthy country. Not just a wealthier country, a wealthy country. The Andrew Holness administration and the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce believe that by embracing digital transformation, we can establish a business-friendly environment that promotes efficiency, transparency, and accountability. All of them together. And I don't want to talk about any salary, but you know what I mean. Them three words that keep coming back all the time. As the president of JAMPRO, Mrs. Shalette Cox, noted earlier, our platform is built upon the pillars of accessibility, user-friendliness. It's useless to have something that is complex and wonderful, even if it's the CLA legislation. Dismantle it, reform it, make it work easier. When you start an industry, you're going to have issues. But as you go through it now, 4 or 5 years, we must simplify it and make it work better. That too, so the user-friendliness is important, integration is important, automation is important, and inclusivity. People who are young and in school, people who are past in their 70s and mid-70s must use technology. We're encouraging them. They can't get certain things going further unless they get used to it. We have to help them. So we must not just focus on those who are beginning at the school. Yes, we must. But those in the middle who are starting a business, entrepreneurs, those who are near the end of their working lives or are retired, we must help them all across the board. The Business Gateway. The Jamaica Business Gateway is exactly for that. We're not just checking boxes. We're fulfilling commitments made to our business people. And I'm right here in front of you, again, renewing those commitments. With the launch of the Gateway, we're making it easier for businesses that interact with the government to access essential services. Whether you are a startup, just getting off the ground, or a well-established company. The Gateway was designed to help you to succeed. Help you to succeed, that's the point. The Gateway is to help entrepreneurs and businesses become sustained, efficient, profitable exporters of Jamaica goods and services. I'm not going to make any speech unless I encourage every Jamaican that does anything to export. We have to export a lot more to become a wealthy country, including to Barbados. They have money. Okay. We understand that businesses are the lifeblood of our economy, and we are committed to doing everything we can to support and enable them. Everyone in the ministry must understand that we're there to serve. If you don't want to serve, you're in the wrong ministry. You're going to be miserable. Because my job, working with the PS and the staff, is to make it very comfortable for people who are capable and willing to work hard to be comfortable in our ministry. We want you to be very uncomfortable if you're not productive. Go somewhere else. PS must make sure they have everything they want to do the job. And I walk around, and if it's not good, you know, I tell you something, I'm going to tell you the truth. Soon after I came there, I heard a talk in the corridor that the bathrooms are really shabby at the ministry. So I come in one morning and said, PS, me and you go and do bathroom rounds. I went to every bathroom, every single one of them, and look at them. And I said, no, this does not represent us. So in a few weeks' time to change it, then I passed by the cafeteria and said, but PS, this doesn't look good. So I hear now they have nice cafeteria. We have to, so I want to make the place comfortable. I want to give you all the technology that you need, that we can afford, to make sure you can work well, because I want it to be comfortable for people who are productive and really good at their job. And if you're not good at their job, this is not the ministry to be in. I don't hire and fire anybody. The PS do it. I don't have any of those authority. Okay. We understand that businesses are the lifeblood of our economy, and we are committed to doing everything we can to support them. I am absolutely thrilled to preside over the development of a portal that facilitates this unprecedented level of collaboration, access, and transparency across government agencies. This isn't across business and rich NCB and rich Scotia and all that. This is government. When you don't give government enough credit, we do a lot of work. Sometimes we have to get the cost. We take it. Okay, but yeah, man, give us a clap. What do you mean? This is good. This can only help to build stronger relationships between businesses and the government, and ultimately lead to a more vibrant and dynamic economy, which happens to be an important part of my job description. And I take that seriously, very seriously. As we launch the Gateway, we do so with the knowledge that it is just the beginning. We're committed to constantly improve. You hear how many times I use committed? It's like we go to church. I'm serious about this thing. Okay? And my numbers are there. I'm on WhatsApp, Twitter, and them cuss me and them say all kind of things. Some of them not, most of them not true when them cuss me. But what can I do? My once in a while they give me a compliment. Not looking for that. I just want to make sure that if the cuss is true, I come to the ministry and say, PS, we have to fix this. If it's not true, I disregard it. So good luck. We are committed to constantly improving and adding new features that will make it even more useful and efficient. In fact, we've already lined up all of the 20 agencies and departments in my ministry, along with some other critical business support services in government, to join the Gateway over the next 2 years, with over 30 processes scheduled for addition to the list of the services available. For instance, if you apply through the portal to the Cannabis Licensing Authority, it's 11 different services and permits you can get. One for traditional farmer, one for transporter, one for processor, and all of them on the 11 of them, as Devine told you, are on the portal. Go check it. As a business minister, I am committed to working tirelessly to ensure that the government partners remain responsive, and that the information on the Gateway remains up to date. Boy, it should let your job hard. With the latest information that all our local and international businesses, because we're catering to businesses around the world, they must come there. When you're in Dubai or Singapore or Miami, go there. That all local and international business stakeholders need to make doing business with even simpler. I add my sincere thanks to everyone who has contributed to the development of the Gateway, to the Foundations for Competitiveness and Growth team, Dr. Henry, Mr. Dem from the World Bank, at the Planning Institute of Jamaica, the World Bank, of course, JAMPRO, and the experts at the MIIC. It says exports here, but it's experts we mean, not export in this instance, who stepped up in providing the funding and coordination of this first iteration of the Gateway. And of course, to Tishan and the team, thanks again. I also want to thank eGov Jamaica, that met the challenges of a new approach to doing business, in government and have helped us to deliver the kind of, and they were under pressure. Shulette and Sharifa and everybody else and the project manager really put them under pressure. And the services from the government that underpin the vision for Jamaica becoming a digital society. We're doing NIDS. Yesterday I was at the Trade Board and other agencies at the university expanding on JTIP and how exporters can use it to export easier. That's on this. On Gateway, you can get it through the Gateway. So we're pulling it all together. This truly is a collaborative effort. With the launch of the Gateway today, we've taken one step closer to world-class government services. No, Elena said, we're world-class, and I believe her. And ensuring that as a Jamaican business, you have the support you need to succeed. This is truly an exciting day for all of us, and I look forward to seeing the positive impact that the Gateway will have on your businesses and the economy as a whole. Let us do business and export a lot more, a great deal more. The Jamaica Business Gateway is now officially open. All right, go with your thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Jamaica Business Gateway is officially open. Woo! Amazing, definitely world class. We did get the endorsements right there. We say thank you so much to our Honorable Minister Aubin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard a lot of useful information today, and I hope we all, in person and online, feel encouraged to log on to www.jamaicabusinessgateway.com and register for this amazing service. Go on ahead, create your account, log on, and let's do business. We're talking about access to the government in a way that we have never seen before, and we're saving time while doing it. So you know what? Sign me up, somebody, if there's an account person on the back there. I mean, I can find it. It's so easy to use, though. It's so easy to use. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce and JAMPRO, we say thank you for sharing your morning with us. And we look forward to seeing a boom in registrations so we can make doing business with government easier, starting right now. So for the members of the media, remember that there is a QR code on the agenda that will take you right to the press kit. So for the information that you may need additionally, you can scan your QR code on the press kit there, on the agenda rather, and it will take you right to the press kit. Please do not hesitate to reach out for additional information if you do need it. The minister and members of the JAMPRO and PIOJ leadership will make themselves available to you for interviews right now. So again, we say thank you all for being here with us this morning. Please spread the word far and wide that the Jamaica Business Gateway is officially open, and have a wonderful rest of day. My name is Debbie soon. Peace and blessings. Thank you.